What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to The Hype here, Mojobreak Media. Dan and I here with you. A super team is forming here in the Bay Area, and we're going to talk about it. Cannot believe that this is happening. Although, Dan, I got to give you credit where it's due.
More like a senior league team.
Yeah, exactly. The team that is closer to an AARP card than they are to their draft night. So we'll talk about that and repercussions, of course, in the hobby. Plus, NBA and NHL draft just happened. Two seismic drafts. The NBA draft class is projected to be one of the best in a long time. NHL draft class, and particularly one team around here did pretty well. We'll talk about that. Plus, a couple of record-breaking sales on Golden over the weekend and some new releases to get to. Before we go any further, though, Mojobreak.com, that is where you go for all the latest breaks. And, of course, we're breaking live all over the place, including eBay Live. If you're into hockey right now, and look, hockey is hot here in the Bay Area with what the Sharks just did in the draft, and we got brand new releases coming at you all summer long. We are ripping it on eBay Live. So join us there. We've got those breaks. Plus, we've got singles streams over on eBay Live. We just had a really cool stream where it was all 90s and 2000s.
It was so cool.
It was a fun one.
Yeah. A fun one.
It was a fun one. Lots of, if you're into all that stuff. And look, I'll just say, I think Upper Deck is going really hard right now with the Space Jam 30th anniversary memorabilia, and I believe Bubba Wallace's car was decked out with Space Jam, or was going to be.
I saw a little, like an email come through today. It looks like they may have signed a deal with 2311.
Oh, okay.
Which is crazy because I don't know how that works within the NASCAR license, but 2311 is obviously it's Jordan's team in NASCAR, also together with Denny Hamlin, and they have some of the hottest drivers right now as well. I mean, Tyler Reddick is probably the number one driver in the circuit right now. So it's crazy, and we'll be able to see like potentially some Nike Jumpman logos.
That's big. Yeah. Hey, look, leave it to Upper Deck to figure out how to get around. You know, this is what they do. They've been doing it longer than anybody. Big exclusives.
I didn't watch Space Jam. Was Bubba Wallace in Space Jam?
In the new one?
In the new one?
I don't recall. I do not believe so.
Because I don't believe he was part of 2311 when that movie came out.
He was not. No.
Definitely when it was filming.
No. Yeah. No. There was a lot of celebrity cameos in Space Jam. I don't remember. A new legacy, I want to say. Anyway, it wasn't as good as the first one, but it is the 30th anniversary of the original one, and I did see some pretty cool memorabilia. But back to what I was saying, eBay Live, that's why I was talking about it, because we did a great single stream. We got that every single Thursday, plus Mojobreak Gaming is ripping there as well. So make sure to go to eBay Live and make sure to hit that bell when you see Mojobreak so you're notified every single time Mojobreak or Mojobreak Gaming is live on eBay Live. All right. It's actually fitting. We just talked about Space Jam and the newer Space Jam. Whatever you feel about that doesn't really matter, because right now here in the Bay Area, I thought things would be like, the Sharks, now's their time to shine. They're taking the spotlight because look at all this young talent, and they still are. But news of LeBron James really maybe actually becoming a Golden State Warrior came up this morning. And Dan, you're one of the first people I thought about.
I did say it was going to happen, but I didn't say AD was going to come. But it looks like, I've heard rumors. Like today has been crazy for rumors. I've heard LeBron. I've heard all these players. I've heard LeBron. I've heard AD. Mm-hmm. I've heard Kawhi.
Kawhi has been a one for sure.
Bradley Beal.
Yeah, that's okay. You guys can keep him.
I mean,
it
would be great for Bay Area basketball. I don't know if putting that team together is a championship caliber team.
Yeah.
I think they'll be fun to watch. It'll be a great storyline. It'll put meat in the seats.
Certainly will.
But can a team where your average age is 37, 38 years old, like make an extended run into the playoffs? Probably not.
No. I honestly think the way that, if we're talking just on the court here, like how does this team, if it happens, and Draymond also comes back at a discounted rate, which is part of why this all kind of, that Draymond Green opts out of his player option, because, as many people suspect, he's willing to take a massive pay cut to make this all happen.
Draymond is on a discounted rate type of player at this point in his career.
And and it's like, look, if I'm going to take the discount, for LeBron James and Anthony Davis, run it back one more time. Sure.
I get it. Like, it's also like they're all buddies.
Yeah.
So, and Kerr at the helm, he was coaching the USA basketball team.
Kerr coming back, I think, is also the underrated factor here. Like, if there was that brief moment where it looked like Steve Kerr was done.
But again, like, they'll go on streaks. The chances of them all staying healthy, highly unlikely.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't think in today's basketball, even in yesterday's basketball, like even in like, because remember when the Lakers did this?
Yes.
With Karl Malone.
They did
Gary
make
Payton.
it to the finals. They didn't win.
But they
ran out of gas.
They didn't win.
Yeah.
And
that was also with a much younger Kobe Bryant and a still in his prime Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
And they couldn't do it.
And they couldn't do it. And Curry's great. I don't think we can say that he's in his prime at this point.
No, but I think he's still got a lot more left than
and you can't say Draymond's in his prime.
Definitely not.
And LeBron's going to he's going to fill up a stat sheet.
He's a very useful player.
He can be 72 years old and probably go out there and still fill up the stat
sheet. Give you 12 and 5
give you
and
12
6,
and 5, 6.
Yeah. 12 points, 5 boards, 6,
I mean, he'll fill it up. And then 80, dude's made of glass.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to. Could you get 25 games out of him? And if you could get 25 games out of him, you better hope those are in the playoffs. He is dominant. He's dominant when healthy. But when's the last time 80's been healthy?
Right. I think the best case scenario here is each of these guys, each of these 4, have to take like 20 games off each during the regular season. That's the best case scenario. This is if things go well.
That is bad. That's bad for basketball.
Exactly. Then they're all fully loaded for the playoffs.
Back to putting meat in the seats. That's not going to work. Because this team, if they are assembled like this, they are also going to be the hottest ticket in town
easily
across the whole NBA.
It's Heatles Part 2. It's LeBron, Chris Bosh, and D Wade all together again.
Go get Clay. Just bring Clay back.
So this is an actual rumor that Clay is going to take a buyout and come back again at a discounted rate, and that's your starting 5. Could you imagine? Just incredible that we're even talking about this.
So I'm assuming Jimmy Butler is kicked out of the band.
Jimmy Butler is out of the band.
Out of the band.
He's the Pete Best of the Heatles.
He got the old Pete Best.
He was just a little too early. Yeah, that's unfortunately what's probably going to happen.
Wasn't Pete Best kicked out of the Beatles for being too good looking?
Is that what it is? I don't know if that's true.
I remember hearing that, and that
you're too handsome to be the drummer.
The three guys, George Harrison, Ringo, or
John and Paul,
did not want to compete with a drummer.
Hilarious.
Who was going to be in the back.
Right.
So they brought in Ringo.
Look. And the irony of this all is that, and we'll get back on basketball here, is if they're like, he's too handsome to be the drummer, he's taking the shine away from us. Ringo married a Bond girl.
No, yeah. I mean,
so the irony of it all is he's still,
being in the Beatles probably didn't hurt.
Sure. But didn't hurt at all. But yeah, that's what we're looking at here with LeBron. And again, I'm like talking about it like I think it's already done.
Speaking of music, and this is so the locally to us, the Alameda County Fair is
in full swing.
In full swing. The Beach Boys are playing.
I do.
Do you know who's playing with the Beach Boys?
As I like to call them, the zombie Beach Boys, because I think it is Mike Love and a ragtag group of people. Who is in there right now?
John Stamos.
Stamos is there right now.
Stamos is there. Stamos is playing the Alameda County Fair with the Beach Boys, which is pretty cool.
Stamos has been pretty much
he's like kind of a member.
He is basically a member.
He's basically a member.
He's not. It's not even an unofficial or like an honorary. Like, no, John Stamos is on call all the time for the Beach Boys.
No, he probably has a lot of Beach Boy gigs under his belt.
So many.
Going
back to the Full House. It's all where it started was the Full House days, and it's gone from there.
So, thought you would like that.
I do appreciate that. But yeah, as I say, it's Mike Love and some amalgamation of what used to be the Beach Boys. So this is, in a way, this might be. It's either it's the Heat Part 2, or it is Mike Love's Zombie Beach Boys. Whatever this is, that is
featuring John Stamos.
That is the worst case scenario for this Warriors team. Is that they go, oh no, this is a shell of itself.
Yeah, it's gotten bad when you can't really just promote yourself as the Beach Boys at this point.
Right.
It has to be the Beach Boys with John Stamos.
Exactly. To get to the hobby a little bit, because of course this is where my mind goes when I hear, oh wow, you're teaming up all these superstars, and obviously, and we'll talk a little bit about the NBA draft, and obviously there's going to be a bunch of teams that people are going to be chasing, the Wizards and and all the Jazz and everybody who got huge stars, and it doesn't even matter that the Warriors got Jaxson Landenborg, which I think was a great pick. This instantly to me makes them one of, if not the most desirable team in breaks in the 26-27 season, because of the possibilities of they're going to go crazy with this stuff. If you get all these guys, they're going to be obviously tons of Curry, LeBron dual autos,
can't hate that.
Tons of potentially quad autos of these guys. I think I was talking to Greg before this, and he's like, they're going to invent a card where it's starting lineup autos or something, where it's all 5 of these guys on one card.
They can do it with a trifold book.
Right.
A trifold book, you can have everybody.
And they'll have legendary, and it'd be cool because you could probably put together legendary starting 5s throughout the years, but they're making it specifically so we can be like, well, what if Clay's back? And then you can have Draymond, Clay, Steph, AD, LeBron all on one card. The possibilities are endless here, and don't think that the good folks over at Topps and Fanatics already, the wheels are churning right now of like, what could we do to make this even more, just what could we do to make this real special and real crazy and
just weird.
Get people excited?
It's weird that like LeBron wants to play with AD again.
He likes the guy.
I know. I get that, and they're boys, but like, didn't he get traded?
Yes,
from the Lakers. And
I think that's where the breaking point with the Lakers started with him.
Yeah, I get it, and they got Luka in return, but at that point, I really feel like the consensus was that LeBron was pulling the strings in the front office anyway. So like,
maybe
he okayed that trade to trade his boy away to get Luka. Is this him? Is this him basically giving an olive branch and saying, "I'm sorry, I made a mistake"?
I think it's also
let's go to the Warriors, and
I think that, and whatever that time comes, the moment LeBron is officially off the Lakers, I'm sure there will be some sort of tell-all of how things went near the end. And it's not like things are like falling apart. It's not like it's a bad relationship, but like,
how many years has LeBron been on the Lakers?
He has been there for this would be, I need to double check, but it has been at least 8 seasons, at least 7 seasons, maybe.
Isn't
that crazy how long he's been? He has been on the Lakers for 8 years.
That's crazy.
8 years with the Lakers. He was on the Cavaliers for 11 years.
You feel like he just got there.
In fact, the first run with the Cavs wasn't that what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is longer than his first run with the Cavs.
Wow.
That's really puts it in perspective.
Then he went to the Heat.
Then he goes to the Heat for
4 years.
And then 4 more, or 5 more, excuse me. No, 4 more with the Cavs.
Wins how many championships in that 4 years?
2. Right?
Go to 3?
He went to 4.
He went to
4 straight.
Yeah, he went to. There was a point where I feel like he was in
the
like
finals
11 straight finals.
Right. Yeah, he went to 4 straight with the Heat and lost 2-1-2. But yeah, it's wild to think LeBron's tenure here with the Lakers is here you go. This is where it puts in perspective. The longest single tenure, not counting like Cavaliers has more time.
The Lakers.
But it is the longest sustained time with one team is with the Los Angeles Lakers since the 2018-2019 season.
That is
pretty
crazy.
wild. Pretty wild. And here we go with one last hurrah potentially with the Golden State Warriors. I do have to look up. I just
they would win like 62 games, and they'd be like the 5th seed, 4th or 5th seed.
Yeah. This version of the Warriors, if they can do it.
Not the one right now. Right now, they're playing. Maybe
they're playing. Yeah, exactly.
But where would Jimmy go?
He would go and trade Washington, and probably Washington. It would probably be a 3-team trade where Washington would then offload him to another team. Because he's not part of Washington's plans.
We probably wouldn't go back to the Heat.
No, that's done. That bridge is burned.
Well, and I don't think he'd go back to Minnesota. Maybe though.
I don't think that he'd have enough stuff to trade right now.
Because
to be honest,
I do believe there was a big trade that Minnesota did.
They did.
They got LaMelo. They got LaMelo.
Very interesting deal.
LaMelo and
Ant together.
Just
bring on James Wiseman. Make it happen. You want to talk about building a super team?
1, 2. Yeah, you're right. 1, 2, 3.
Three.
I mean, James Wiseman's probably like, yeah, bring me on.
Yeah,
like,
please.
Just bring me in. I don't even know if Wiseman's in the league anymore. But.
Yeah, happily will play. Do want to point out, just if you're looking at LeBron and Steph on the same card together. Of course, we know a pretty famous one that was pulled here at Mojobreak, the 21-22 flawless triple logo man with Luka Doncic. This is what's interesting. It just dawned on me looking at this. If LeBron does indeed go to the Warriors, this one, and of course the 24 flawless as well, which outsold the 21-22, very controversial.
Which I
still don't understand it.
I don't get it.
Yeah, don't understand it. But he will have played with all 3 of those guys on the same team. All of those guys will have been teammates of LeBron James, both of those guys, I should say. Maybe making those cards extra special. And then just a dual logo man, LeBron James, Steph Curry.
Can we get KD back too?
Let's do it.
I mean, while we're doing it.
Look, why not? That is something that definitely popped in my head of like, why not bring KD back in the fold too?
If we can't get Clay, then I think we got to get KD.
Get KD. Maybe he'll take a pay cut. Who knows? He won't. 317,000, just a little over that.
It's funny that it's funny that Draymond's like, I'll take a pay cut.
Yeah.
LeBron's made more money than any basketball player in history. It's probably not even close. And LeBron's like, I'm not going to take a pay cut.
Yeah. No.
I'll go there, but I'm going to get paid LeBron dollars.
I'm LeBron James. Exactly. This also raises a question that I think is for Steph Curry. He will also have I mean, if you go of like who are the greatest players of this current of his generation, I mean, I would throw LeBron into that. He's the oldest of that generation. I think KD is in there. And I think it's Steph. I think those are your top 3. And 2 of those 3 will have made a move to go say, I want to team up with Steph, not Steph having to team up with them. Which, look, in the history books, that to me says a lot about who is the defining guy. Who was the man of that generation? And
LeBron is a free agent, right?
Yes.
So
partly it's that Steph has never
have to give up any assets. So yeah, that actually makes sense. Jimmy Butler probably goes to Washington. Washington probably ends up moving him or releasing him
in what turns into some sort of 3-team trade. Yeah, is what will end up happening if that
Jimmy
happens.
Becomes a free agent. He comes back. He signs with the Warriors.
There's so many things of what happens to Jimmy, but right, exactly. What happens to Jimmy Butler? Kristaps Porzingis is a Warrior. Like remember that at the end of the year, like he was playing during the play-in tournaments.
There's teams out there that are like the Spurs and like the Thunder. They're just young, and the Pistons are young, and then you just got the old
guys.
The oldest.
The old guys.
Our young guys are not even young.
Not anymore.
Like Moody's a young guy, not
It's
that
been,
young
what,
anymore.
6 years since he was drafted? 5-6 years?
I'm trying to, I mean, I guess but Pods isn't even.
Pods is 24.
Yeah.
I want to say 23, 24.
Gladly include him in with the whatever trade.
Yeah, I mean, look, they're going to have to if that's what's going to happen.
I think that he has kind of worn out his welcome.
Yeah. Well, he had moments at the end of last season. So, and look, playing alongside this level of talent, he'll be the, oh gosh, was it? It was, yeah.
Santa Cruz?
I was going to say he's the Kyle Lowry here. He's the Kyle Lowry of that squad. Somebody's got to play the second guard unless, of course, they get Klay Thompson, and then that's
a third
what they do.
Guard,
third guard. Well, yeah, I know.
Fourth guard. I don't know.
Look, I think we could say right now, can you, if you had to put a percentage on, is this happening? Is this not happening? Because I'm at the point now where I'm like 95% this is happening.
Well, I try to think, okay, so where are the possible landing spots for LeBron James?
The only other place that I've heard is San Antonio.
Cleveland. I mean, you can never... You can never fully take away the fact that he can go back to Cleveland,
especially because Harden might be leaving. That would free up a spot. And
Cleveland was good. They have a good young core. I can see that. Spurs. I guess I can, but I don't know why the Spurs would want to bring in a LeBron James.
I think as a player fit, it's perfect. I think that's actually the best fit because.
Yeah, but you're gonna be taking. You have such a solid young core. You're gonna be taking development minutes away from Harper and Castle and guys like that.
I don't know if you're taking too much away from them, and I don't think anyone's gonna be mad at like, oh, who could we use in a crunch time, especially in a game where you're up by 15 in the third quarter, and boy, we just need to close this thing out. Wouldn't it be nice to have a veteran presence like LeBron James to one? Either put the ball in his hands and he's going to make it happen, or two, as the game's starting to get close, hey, he gets the guys together and be like, guys, wake up. Come on. I don't know. I think it's a good fit.
If I'm the Spurs, I don't know if I want to mix LeBron James in with that young of a team.
Played with Greg Popovich in the Olympics, so there's familiarity. Just saying. I don't know. I think player fit, team fit, that's the best.
I think if I had to put a percentage, I would say 60% Warriors.
Yeah.
And then it would be a toss up for the other 35% between Cleveland and going back to LA.
I think too.
Because I think there is still a strong possibility.
It's true
that he can be like, I'll just stay in LA.
Yeah, I'm 42. My family's here. My home's here.
Is Bronny still part of the package?
Yeah, probably.
You got to bring.
If you bring in Bron, it's Bronny.
You got to bring in Bronny.
If you have Giannis, you have to have Thanasis. You have to have all the.
Bring in Bronny.
You got to bring in Bronny. So look, fine, whatever. And I think you're right. With the Lakers could just say, here you go. Here's a bag of money. Here's $50 million for a year. We'll bring you back for one more year, and the comfort level of being in LA will appeal to him. But I also think like the comfort level of being here, like there's the rumors that if he comes to the Warriors, he will just travel via plane. He will commute via plane. He will fly back to LA every night so he can be home. Which there is some controversy about that of like, well, he's kind of separated from the rest of the team. But yeah, I think there are more factors at play for him that are more than just like if he wants to just win, go to the Spurs. But I don't think that's the case. I think he wants to win while also being comfortable and playing with who he wants to play with. He's accomplished everything in his career.
You see this happen like at the end of a lot of these NBA players' careers where like they just want to play with their friends.
Yeah. And that's what he wants to do.
They're like, I've done everything else. I just want my last years to be enjoyable in the league, and I want to play with other people that I've always wanted to play with.
Which is why I think the Warriors think it's what has he not done? Well, I haven't done it in the end.
I mean, but I could see a LeBron and Draymond chirping at each other.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Which would be fun to watch.
Again, they've become very close friends off the court, so maybe they've gotten that out of their system, but it's different when you're playing with them in the heat of the moment. It's a lot different.
Yeah,
different.
Draymond, like, may not have the talent that he once had, but he's still got the competitive fire.
Yeah.
Burning strong.
Yeah. But anyway, just be ready. If this happens, just the deluge of Tops related stuff collabs with these two guys. LeBron, Curry animes together. I mean, they are going to be on every single variation of SP, every single variation of autograph, every single variation of card that Tops has at their disposal will have one with Steph Curry and LeBron James on it. And I think that's really cool. Honest, just from purely a collector's perspective, from a hobby perspective, I think it's awesome. Well, let's move on to actual young guys instead of let's get away from the old guys. I was going to also say real quick, as I say, we're moving off of old guys. I remember old guys. This happened in baseball. It wasn't quite this, where we were teaming up literally two of the greatest players.
Montreal
of their generation.
Expos.
There's that one. I'm thinking of
the strike season Expos.
Yeah.
Or they
weren't up to this age. I would
Florida
say.
Marlins.
Marlins had a year of a lot of guys all thrown together in one, and let's see if it works.
Do you got another one?
The 2007 San Francisco Giants, not a good team. That's the warning. They had the oldest outfield in baseball history. Do you remember this? Barry Bonds in left field, right field was Moises Alou, and in center field was Steve Finley. A combined age of over 80. No, of 120.
The guy who coined Triples Alley, Steve Finley?
Steve Finley, who had I always look this up every year, had a ridiculous amount of triples. He is on the list. He's in the top 5 of single season leaders in Giants history in triples.
He also was one in a list of many players, both hitters and pitchers, that dominated against the Giants.
Yeah.
And then put the orange and black on and was just
So.
Really
a lot of guys
was
like that.
Average.
A lot of guys like that were Giants killers.
I'm going to date myself and go way back here. Mark Portugal.
Sure.
Was absolutely would play San Francisco and just be lights out against them. Came to the Giants as a free agent.
Yeah, he wasn't very good as a pitcher.
He was okay.
I need to make a video about him because you're right. Not a great pitcher. Look it up his hitting stats if you have a chance.
Oh, yeah. Mark Portugal
can swing the bat.
He can rake again.
Mark Portugal was a pitcher who raked.
I dropped this tidbit off the air, but he was no Brad Hennessy.
No.
Brad Hennessy at the plate.
He could rake.
He can probably hit better than he can pitch.
Yeah. 2001 Arizona Diamondbacks, a good version of old guys putting it all together and figuring it out. I believe the oldest World Series champion in history, and it was a bunch of guys who were cast-offs, free agents, trades that they put together, and I want to say their average age was 36 roster, and they won the World Series. So
also thinking of pitchers who can rake. Obviously, Bumgarner.
Sure.
But can you put Rick Ankiel in that mix? Because he didn't start off.
That might be cheating a little bit.
But
because he gave up pitching to become a hitter and became a actually pretty decent hitter for a few years.
What about Micah Owens?
Micah Owens, yes.
Can hit.
Carlos Zambrano. Dontrell Willis, who I remember batted 7th in the lineup at one point.
Dontrell Willis can hit.
Yeah, that was the most fun when Jack McKeon, old, great shout out to one of the great managers.
And that is a part of baseball that we will never know again.
No. Look,
pitchers being able to hit.
Controversial, I guess. I don't think it's controversial anymore. I was always like, that's fine. If you want to, it's fine.
Well, they'll never go back now.
No, it's never.
Because
you're taking away 15
besides
jobs.
Ohtani, you will not see a pitcher hit.
No. Well, there's been a couple of two-way guys who have been signed recently.
Yeah, but you're not going to, I will say, there was a time that I can see the Giants, just because they would do it, they would put Bumgarner as a pinch hitter. They would pinch hit with Bumgarner a fair amount. I could see Bumgarner in his heyday would be put as a DH in the Giants lineup.
Yeah, at least a couple times. Yeah, maybe to mix it up a little bit, give a guy. Yeah, I could see it. Yeah, I will say, and this is real quick before we get to the draft, the whole two-way player thing, which This is the new interesting thing.
Well, we got a draft coming up, right? So we're talking
MLB draft.
We're going to talk NHL. There's also the baseball draft.
Yep.
Barry's nephew,
Yes.
Peyton Bonds.
Peyton Bonds is in the draft. I saw some BP.
So did
good.
I saw the same thing.
BP's BP, but still.
They got him projected to be like 5th or 7th round. Giants got to take him.
It'd be, I mean,
The
what a story.
Giants have you have to reach a couple rounds.
Take him in the third.
Take him in the third. He can hit. His last name's Bonds.
Yeah, you got to have him.
He's part of the lineage. You got it.
He should not go anywhere else other than San Francisco. I agree. I will say, I think the whole two-way player thing, and there's a new wrinkle.
His cards will probably
do
that. I mean, no matter where he gets drafted,
doesn't matter.
His cards will do well.
Yeah, they will do very, very well. I mean, we just see it. You throw on any sort of baseball lineage with any of these guys.
You do, and you see a little bit of a boost, but
they're always out the gate, at least the most prominent names in like a Bowman release.
The Bonds lineage and him being a hitter that has plus power, watch out.
If he's a Giant too, I think it's like the same sort of boost that like when Ethan Holiday got drafted by the Rockies, and you're like, Holiday on the Rockies, then that times 10 with a Bonds on the Giants. Yeah. Obviously the player, Ethan Holiday, more promise than Peyton Bonds. But I was going to say with this two-way player thing, I almost feel like it's more the only thing where it almost truly matters at this point, because 99% of these guys don't end up becoming two-way players. The organization says pick one or the other, is simply to boost their first Bowman sales and their first Bowman profiles. Because how many of these guys, Jack Caglione, we don't recall, but at the time it was like, two-way player. And I believe some of his cards have him listed as pitcher/first baseman. So many guys get tons of hype out of a Bowman set because they're like pitcher/whatever position they play.
I think obviously it takes a very elite skill set to be able to pitch and hit a la Shohei. But I do believe there's going to be kids that are going to be coached up to be a two-way player, because that potentially is going to be the best pathway to the MLB.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're still a little far away from it.
I think we are. I think we are too.
Yeah. So
because
these guys coming out,
because a lot of these kids, when they're in high school, they are two-way players. That's been going on forever. Like, generally, they are the best pitcher on their team, and generally, they are the best hitter on their team. And it happens a little bit in college as well.
Yeah.
But when you get to the pros, there is this stigma where it's like, well,
pick one.
That was fun, but at this level, you won't be able to do it.
Right. Yeah, and I think maybe they get a year to sort of figure out which side you're going to go on.
Because there was the Rays kid like 5-6 years ago,
Brendan McKay. Yeah.
That was two-way, and there was rumors going around that and I think the Giants had one.
Casey Schmidt came up as a two-way player. Now he's having a nice breakout year, but he hasn't been on a pitcher's mound since he got drafted.
I'd trade him away.
He's the value's the highest.
Just trade him.
Bryce Eldridge was a two-way guy.
He was two-way.
Never pitched a single pitch in pro baseball.
Can't see him pitching. He's a
tall guy.
Little on the taller side.
A little Randy Johnson on the mound. Yeah. And right now the Rangers have Sung-Jun Kim, who was a big chase in Bowman. But yeah, the moment you put pitcher/position, I feel like their value, it like at least like 3X's the value of all these guys in Bowman. And at some point, I do think collectors are going to kind of catch on and be like, none of these guys are making it.
I know we're getting in the weeds here, but I was actually watching an interview with Brandon Belt, and his nephew is a highly touted high school prospect that is a pitcher.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Or Hunter Pence has one as well.
Hunter Pence too.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of that type of talent coming up through the system. But speaking of young talent,
it's always good for prospecting.
It is. It's great for prospecting. Recognizable names. That's
recognizable
what we want.
Names.
We saw it 10 years ago with Vlad Jr. Fernando Tatis Jr. And guess what? Most of those guys, it's paid off pretty well.
Yep.
NBA NHL draft. It was a good one. For both, I would say. We know the NBA draft class is going to be potentially one of the best ever. There's been a ton of hype, but look, we got to talk locally here. San Jose Sharks just had the greatest draft of all time. Can we agree on that?
You know how they have the draft grades?
Yeah.
And I'm just popping around on Twitter, and I actually saw the first time I've ever seen this. A draft grade for a team, A++.
I've got it right here. ESPN. A++.
Like, how do you do
incredible?
How do you do so good where you're like A++? Like, it was so good.
It was incredible. I mean, look, Stenberg was the guy that everybody said perfect fit at number 2.
Not even perfect fit. There is a pretty large consensus with NHL prospectors that are like, Stenberg is going to be the better player between him and McKenna.
There you go.
But if you're Toronto, you can't do that bold move and not go with Gavin McKenna. You can't do it.
Right.
He Canadian born. You can't, even though the GM for the Maple Leafs is Matt Sundin, who is a Swedish player.
Yeah.
You know, he probably was trying to get Stenberg, but you can't. Like, those two players would always be linked together. They're probably always going to be linked together now. But great draft for the Sharks.
Amazing draft.
Stenberg is going to be a plug and play opening night. The other two kids they drafted on defense could potentially make the team. I doubt they do. I think one of them is actually already committed to college. I think he's committed to like Michigan for at least a year.
Still both with tremendous upside. And
tremendous upside.
Again, I think it's from what I know, Ryan Lynn, I don't know too much about him, but it sounds like he just kind of fell in their lap. They traded up and realized there's an opportunity to take a guy who's way higher.
Look, I mean, they could be top tier defensemen in the league potentially in 2 to 3 years. You lock up that young core for the Sharks, and then you have those type of players coming down your pipeline. You could be looking at a 5 to 10 year dominant run. And I think that's what a lot of people are kind of saying right now when it comes to the Sharks. Like, I have not heard any analyst look at the Sharks roster and go, yeah, they got holes. There's problems. It's besides like the lack, and they're doing a great job in the offseason of filling a lot of those defensive holes.
Right. And if you're to believe some of the rumors that Werenski from the Blue Jackets may be dealt, and it kind of feels like the Sharks and the Blue Jackets just fit. They match perfectly on a potential trade, which, man, if they can do that, then it really, really speeds up the timeline here of where they're contention.
I think without a doubt, I think they make the playoffs next year. I think
that's at least got to be the expectation.
They make the playoffs. They may, make some noise in a series. I don't know if they're quite going to make the run, but in 3 years and 2 to 3 years, watch out.
Yeah.
They are going to be a tremendous team to watch.
Most excited I've been about this team in a long, long time. But I guess the question from a collector's perspective, McKenna on the Maple Leafs does have the feeling of like but it feels very much. Bedard was a different kind of hype, but I'm just talking like matching potential to a market.
Well, I mean, I mean, we were doing this with Matthews rookie, and Matthews was the consensus number 1 player in the draft, but it was actually kind of the same thing as the Macklin year, where Macklin was also the consensus number 1, but it was like, it's not really, there's not a generational talent in this draft. It's good player, but not going to be a great player.
Right.
And then Matthews like exceeded everybody's expectations, and so did Macklin.
Yeah.
I feel like it could be like this with McKenna. Like, it could be like, well, best player in the draft has the tools, but maybe not the strongest draft ever. He could come out and just be dominant. They have the pieces around him. I don't know how I really don't know how long Matthews plays in Toronto, especially if McKenna is the guy.
Yeah.
Tough hockey town.
Well, yeah, to say the least.
Tough hockey. I mean, they probably feel like they're due. They need a run.
Right. And look, this is the best draft. You can't just get McKenna and say that's it to have a great draft. Like, they had a very, very good draft with a lot of picks. So yeah, and then again, just in terms of his young guns versus what the Sharks might be, and if you're looking at breaks going forward, obviously both of these are probably going to be your top two teams, with the Sharks having potentially three huge stars coming up in products over the year. Like you said, though, might be two defensemen who we don't get to see all that quickly.
I think one for sure.
Yes.
And then maybe Lynn could surprise people in training camp,
right,
and make the team. I mean, if you're looking to be if you're a young player and you're a rookie and you're looking to crack a opening night roster, the Sharks are probably the team that you want to try out for.
Yeah, exactly.
Not a ton of depth there.
No, they want to get younger. They're doing all the right things right now. So very exciting. And obviously both of those teams are going to be probably the primo teams coming up in 26, 27 products. I think the Leafs, though, still probably with that edge just because of the history and everything surrounding it, and also because that fan base is starved.
Who was the kid that was drafted third? Was it by the Canucks?
Mm-hmm.
Malhotra?
Malhotra. Yeah, Manny Malhotra's son, Caleb Malhotra. Yeah, which is again itself. You're right. That's we just talked about it with baseball. That alone is going to do so much for the storyline.
Absolutely,
and what his market will do, and obviously Canucks fans probably clamoring for that
I
even
think
more.
This year in hockey releases potentially could be one of the best we've seen.
Yeah, I think it's been in the last few years. Obviously, there's been the number one guy where out the gate, you're like, yes, that's the guy. We all know. And then as the year goes on.
Bedard year was really, really good.
Yes,
it was a lot of Bedard hype. But the Macklin hype really did not hit until this year.
No, exactly. And I think there's been a lot of great young guys over the last year or so who have made a couple of these draft classes even deeper. But to go right out the gate with all three of these top three guys we mentioned, where it feels like each team, you say that obviously the Maple Leafs with all their lineage and their history and their massive fan base, the Sharks with what they're building, and then with Malhotra and the familial connection with the Canucks, that's a really solid start for the top three going into prospecting 26, 27 products.
Yeah, I feel like McKenna is foreshadowing that Austin Matthews might be on his way out at some point.
I think it's...
I know I said that earlier, but I'm like, I feel like the Toronto fan base, like they want a new face.
Yeah.
They want a new face of the franchise.
And get the value you can. What for?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, you can trade Matthews mid-season to the Sharks.
There you go. Sure. Why not? Let's go nuts.
Who knows? You can get two defensemen that are former first-round picks.
Right. Exactly. And then on the other side, the NBA draft, which we have been hearing for months and months is maybe the most talent-stacked draft in the last few years. AJ DeBonsa goes number one to the Wizards. Darren Peterson, who thought he should have gone number one. There was a lot of people who thought he should have gone number one. Apparently, he was only meeting with the Wizards, was how confident that he was going number one. Ends up going to Utah, which, look, good for Utah. I feel like, don't we talk about it all the time? Utah has been either average or bad the last decade, and it feels like they just never get anything. They get screwed at the draft year after year.
It also is like not a great market for cards, though.
No. This is the best news they could have had, though, is getting Darren Peterson.
It is. But, I mean, even when Donovan Mitchell was there in 17-18, he was statistically one of the best rookies in the league, at least scoring-wise.
And Mitchell has proven to be one of the more talented players in the league over the last decade.
His cards were so undervalued even during his rookie season.
I think Peterson's the first guy to buck that trend. I do. Because, again, a number one level talent comes from a big school.
And the Wizards had the first pick.
And the Wizards had the first pick with Debonsa. I know, again. And, again, would Debonsa on the Jazz been the perfect mix? Because, of course, the BYU star staying in Utah, playing with the Jazz kind of would have written itself. But I actually do think that Peterson going there is going to be, one, better for the team, and two, I think better for just the overall card market for, I think it's going to be the first time where the Jazz are a true chase. I know they had Ace Bailey last year, but this to me is like also a different level.
Also not his Ace Bailey's market wasn't super strong.
And remember too, when he got drafted, he was very reluctant. He did not want to go there. So, I mean, this is the classic story with the Utah Jazz, where I think with Peterson, it's a much different story. Hearing him talk, he seems incredibly motivated to be like, I need to prove everybody wrong that I should have been the number one guy. He's number two. So, like, it's always funny to me when they're like, I need to prove everyone wrong. I was the number one pick. I'm like, but you were literally the number two pick. Only one team. There's only one team you need to prove wrong.
Yeah.
You don't need to prove, like, the league wrong.
Yeah, the team that was picking third probably would have loved for you to fall to them.
If you had fallen to them, you would have gone to them. Like, there's no proving everyone wrong.
Yeah, but, I mean, proving. Yeah, you're right. You could really only prove one team wrong,
right?
But putting a chip on your shoulder and being like, I'm going to prove all 30 teams wrong,
right? Exactly.
A lot of teams were like, we would love to have you, bro.
Yeah,
but we were not there.
It's a very, very talented class. Again, just kind of speaks to what we talked about. We already have alluded to, like, what happened, kind of prospecting. What would 26, 27 basketball products look like? Obviously, with the potential LeBron Curry team up would be astronomical, but it's not like it really needed that much of a push anyway because of this rookie class. You have Cameron Boozer as well going to the Memphis Grizzlies, who's now the face of the Memphis Grizzlies after the Grizz traded John Morant today.
There was a lot of people thought that beginning of the college season that he was the consensus number one pick.
Exactly. I think you have like we just talked about with the NHL, you have three guys at the top, and then it goes even deeper than that.
I mean, Utah could have went with Boozer.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
You have the Utah lineage with his dad.
I mean, Caleb Wilson going to the Bulls is a huge pick. Mikael Brown Jr., Darius Acuff to the Kings. And, I mean, again, we're biased here, but I do love the Axel Landenberg, a guy who became a big star and a big face because of Michigan's championship run going to the Warriors. So there's a lot to love about this draft class, which I think is going to be very, very talented.
Yeah,
very,
very
exciting.
For him. And you got the senior citizen squad out there. It's going to be tough to get minutes.
Yeah. Well, here's what's going to be funny is he's going to be playing. I don't know if you saw some of his comments. He said, because he grew up in the Midwest, he grew up a Cavs fan. And he's like, I hated Steph Curry. I was a LeBron fan. So this is really just to appease their young future of the franchise.
Yeah.
If you don't like Steph, we'll just bring LeBron over. We're fine. Mission accomplished. Job done. You're happy now. So before we get finished up, just a couple of other stories around the hobby. We got a new release this week, Topps Chrome Marvel Comics. This is not Topps Chrome Marvel Studios. This is featuring mostly the comic versions of the characters. Very similar to, I feel like it's always Marvel's answer to or Topps' answer, I should say, to kind of filling the void of the iconic PMGs. Some of those sets last year, I thought they were some of the best looking cards. They had those really great looking, I think we still have shirts of them in the shop. The Wolverine Claw parallels, which are back this year, those
are very popular.
Very popular, and honestly were just phenomenal to see in person, and they had like real weight to them, and it was cool. One of the coolest cards they've come up with since taking over the license. And but we got to talk about two record-breaking sales that happened over the weekend. Golden Auctions just had a huge auction over the weekend. And the two cards, if you're watching this, that you see on your screen, the exquisite RPA, LeBron James.
Number to 23.
And a BGS 9.5.
I feel like I've seen 70 of those at auction. So,
it feels like it, right? And even though the number to 23.
Because I think they've all hit auction at some point, three separate times, but
the newer one, though, that 18 Topps Chrome Superfractor Shohei Ohtani rookie, BGS 9.5 as well. That one we have basically not seen.
No, we haven't seen.
The LeBron James I don't know. Did you happen to see the price of either of these?
I did not.
Because we could play a little on the fly guess that price on this.
I would love to.
Yeah. So the LeBron sold. What would you assume that? What would you guess that would sell for?
$725,000.
How about $2,928,000? The largest auction sale for this particular card. There were 2 other private sales that were higher, including.
What world do we live in?
I know.
I mean, I love it. But
and
yeah,
the Shohei Ohtani. And it is
I guess I won't be. I guess I couldn't be a buyer at $725,000.
No, not anymore. Definitely, maybe about 8 years ago, but not anymore. That BGS 9.5 Shohei Ohtani, that is the 1/1 Superfractor rookie from 2018.
Non-auto.
Topps Chrome. It is a non-auto. This to me is the craziest part of it all. It's a non-auto.
You want me to throw a price out
let's
there?
hear the guess.
Well, 1.7 million.
2.5 million.
I don't get it.
2.5 million. $2,562,229.
What?
Not auto.
I get it. You got how much again?
2.5. I mean, just over 2.5.
2.5 and the LeBron
was 2.9.
2.9. So you got
almost 3 because I think it was 2.96.
You have $6 million burning a hole in your pocket.
Right.
You can exchange that $6 million
for those 2 cards.
For 2 pieces of slabbed cardboard.
BGS slabs.
Well, and great looking slabs, by the way. I mean, we know how I feel about those.
There is only one Shohei Ohtani card that is outsold.
You think those are going to get cracked out and put in the PSA slabs?
Oh boy, could you imagine? $3 million to pay for the craziest video of all time. I mean, sure. Like if you've got that much money to spend, I guess why not go crazy? But
what's a damage corner?
This also, we've been talking about for the better part of a year. This all of these insane sales to the point where, things like trying to explain some of the crazy sales where you're like, well, that doesn't make sense because, this Josh Allen card is a better Josh Allen card than this Josh Allen card. And yet this sold for $1.2 million. And that one sold in 2021 for $200,000 or the Josh Rosen kaboom. But it's like, well, but it's a green kaboom and someone's clearly racking up all the green kabooms. Now it's like, we're finally seeing the premium stuff hit the market. That's what this is kind of a turning point to me.
I think you look at that and it's tough to say that if you have one of those ultra high end cards that now has to be the time to sell, right?
It has to be. And I think there maybe was a few people sitting and waiting.
I don't know if in 20 years we see that, look at that LeBron card or that Shohei card and go, well, that card has gone up 10 times what it was in 2016.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
I feel like for that type of investment, that's the type of return that you need to be kind of expecting. Maybe not 10 times, but at least 2 or 3 times, which I don't think is going to happen 20 years.
Right. Right. This feels like the moment where it's this convergence of player plus market all meeting up in this frenzy of a moment in this hobby.
That LeBron came out of like a $500 box.
Yeah. $500 and
that
over 2 million.
That Ohtani came out and that was that was flagship, right?
Yeah.
Ohtani came out of it like a $90 box, maybe a $120 box.
Here is by the
original, like not now. Now you can't go buy either one of those boxes for under
you can't
6 figures.
Exactly.
Well,
you can't even sniff
the tops, it's going to be a lot. The exquisite, you can't find any exquisite laying around.
No, definitely not. This is also maybe the most remarkable part of this for the Ohtani, which again sold for just over 2.5 million in 2022. And this is November of 22. This is the first year, we're now 2 years into, okay, Ohtani's the man. Ohtani is the most exciting guy in all of baseball. This card sold for $139,000. And here we are, not even 4 years later.
Yeah, we're
and it's 2.5.
This is a crazy time, Cody.
This is insane.
It's a crazy time.
Just insane. And we always talk, again, a lot has happened in Shohei Ohtani's career between now and then. which is wild to say. The other remarkable part of this is how many times we have gone back to the well of how much you got to sell Ohtani now, or how much more can he do? And yet this keeps happening.
But I just don't I still ask myself, what else can he do to make his card value go up?
Well, he's on a potential Cy Young pace. We said it. He's got to win the Cy Young. That might be happening. He was in a bit of a slump to start the year. That's over. He's hitting again. And the Dodgers are once again the number one team.
Yeah, no one's
in all of Major League Baseball.
No one's going to beat the Dodgers.
No. I mean, Shohei Ohtani, who again was in a slump to start the season at the plate, is now fourth in all of baseball in OPS.
Didn't the Dodgers go out? They signed Kyle Tucker, right?
They signed Kyle Tucker, who's been a bit of a disappointment.
But
they won this. He hit a big home run this weekend. And
it's just they're so stacked that they can go out and make that type of signing, and he can be a disappointment, and it doesn't really matter, because he'll be on the roster in the postseason, and it will be a problem.
Right. Mookie Betts is batting .230. Doesn't matter. And he's playing like Gold Glove defense, and he's still got like double-digit homers. Like, he's going to be fine. But
unbelievable.
That's where we're at.
But
this is where we're at with.
Cool. It's a good time to be a Giants fan.
Yeah, you would get one. You know what we're celebrating? Rafael Devers hitting the foul pole and everyone getting free Chick-fil-A. This is our World Series. That's what we get. Good times. So
we get excited. Didn't we sweep the Braves?
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
They're 4-1 against the Atlanta Braves this year.
We get. Small victories.
Sure, we'll take them.
We at the end of it's funny because at the end of the year, I think we will go on a run, and I think we will finish about 1 to 2 games over 500.
Right. You're probably right.
Which is
here's what's going to happen: is they're going to get eliminated, and then they will go on a huge run, and they'll finish 80 and 82.
They'll win 10 out of 12 games, ending the season, and they'll finish 2 games over 500, and it'll be like, oh, there's a lot of bright spots there.
Right. By the way, Shohei Ohtani has not pitched enough innings to qualify for pitching categories, but regardless, he's at 13 games pitched or started. He's 8-2 with a 1.58 ERA. The only better ERA in Major League Baseball is Jacob Mizorowski at 1.85. 1.85. 1.58. Jacob Mizorowski, the only starter in baseball with a better ERA at 1.45. So that's how that is how your value continues to go up and up and up, is that he has a real shot. I don't think he's going to win the Cy Young because he's just not pitching enough. Also, shout out to Jacob Mizorowski with 146 strikeouts in 99 innings pitched. Good Lord.
But again, we're not quite halfway through the season.
No, we just hit I think we just hit the halfway.
Okay, we just hit the halfway.
We're not at the All-Star break, though.
He could win 17 games and have a ERA below 2.
Mm-hmm.
That could and again, let's sports writers probably look at his name and go, it's Ohtani. He doesn't have a Cy Young yet. There's going to be a lot of sports writers that are going to vote for him.
It's the one thing he needs. But that said,
we say that, and then we'll be like, well, the next year we'll be like, the one thing he really needs is to win the Triple Crown.
Right. He needs a Gold Glove too as a pitcher.
Gold Glove as a pitcher.
Yep. He needs that.
The thing going against, and he also needs to win 10 World Series, which he might.
He might do it. But yeah, that's how his value goes up, is that he's now in the conversation for the Cy Young Award for the first time in his career. I still don't think he wins it. We talked about this on the baseball pod. I just don't think he's pitched enough to do it. And then on top of that, when you have a guy like Jacob Mizorowski doing what he's doing right now, which is very special.
But you never that dude can get hurt.
Mizorowski?
And then Ohtani is the front runner.
It's the closest I see. I still would put a couple other guys ahead of him just because of the amount of time he's pitched. Maybe Christopher Sanchez.
Let's say Logan Webb.
I know. Christopher Sanchez is probably the second guy. That said, lower ERA, it could happen. Who knows?
I would love for the Giants just to be aggressive and blow up the whole roster.
I'm kind of in that boat.
I would love, because then we're just like, okay. You go back to 2014, I don't feel like we had a full rebuild.
There's never been a full rebuild.
It was a lot of like,
no.
Let's plug and play. Let's keep some veterans around. Let's get some other veterans in there. Let's have a couple prospects come up.
It's funny. It's kind of where the Warriors are at right now, where they're like, do we do a full rebuild or do we just kind of keep patching up the ship?
I would love the Giants just to do a full-on rebuild.
Yep.
And next year just have an average age of 23 years old.
They have, look, now's the time to do it because there is real momentum and real talent in the minor league system now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you do it now, then you just start getting more assets.
Right. To add on to what's already been, to your best farm system in years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I'm not mad at it.
They're going to do the opposite. Watch them be buyers.
If they go on, I was looking at the run. I was like, if they go on a run here and they're like, we're 3 games under at the All-Star break. You know what? We could use a couple bullpen guys. We could use some bullpen pitchers. Why not? So, well,
let's trade away our farm system.
Let's go nuts for a sixth inning guy,
for a 37-year-old left-handed specialist.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen. We only live once. Make it happen. Who knows? You could catch that October magic once again. I don't know. Maybe they'll beat the Dodgers and Shohei Ohtani in his $3 million. What does an autograph superfractor go for? If that's a $2.5 million card, what does one with an auto go for? $5 million?
Yeah, it should.
Right?
Should double at least, right?
It has to. You would imagine. Like that is the part that I feel like is kind of getting, it's not glossed over, but like it's crazy.
There's a possibility that there is no autograph of that card.
That's true.
Because it was just a base card. So
well, then I guess better question is, what does the Bowman go for? The Bowman Superfractor Auto.
And which one is the most valuable? Is it the pitching one, which was technically out of Bowman, which was the first one, doesn't say first Bowman on it. Neither of them do. And then there's the same year, 2018 Bowman Chrome, where it's the one where he has the hitting variation.
Right. It seems like hitting variation is the one that always tends to do better.
And I am of the complete opposite mindset. I go, well, the Bowman is technically his first. The pitching one is technically his first.
Right.
I put that in higher regard when it comes to his two Bowmans.
You have to go, and I'm on card ladder, you have to go pretty far down this list to get the first card of him pitching, at least
really?
The first Bowman pitching card. Yeah, there's a lot ahead of it. It's all, I couldn't give you an exact number, but I want to say we're going at least 25 cards down till when we finally hit, and this is a sale from December of 2021, the red PSA 9 first Bowman auto of Shohei Ohtani pitching.
Everybody's holding on to it.
312,000.
Holding on to him.
Which could be. But so if we're assuming the hitting is going to be the bigger one, like that's the one where I don't even think that's a $5 million. I think we're now in like, I'm going to go out on a limb. I think it's like at least a $7 to $8 million card. I think at this point,
the thing that's crazy is you could tell me it's a $20 million card,
right?
And I'd be like,
probably,
maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
It is.
I don't know, but it very well could be a $20 million card. And are we going to see a $20 million card, a modern card that's 20 million? Are we going to see that in the next 5 years?
I mean, I think it's the trend we're going towards.
I think years ago we were having the same conversation. We're like, are we going to see over $1 million modern day card?
I mean, think about how that conversation, the Mike Trout conversation years ago that we had, now it just feels so quaint of like, wow, 4 million, this is nuts. And now it's just like, this is just happening regularly now.
Yeah.
3 million, 4 million. It's happening with frequency.
The Trout didn't.
Trout
didn't age well.
Sorry, Vegas Dave.
Did not. No.
Vegas Dave. There's a name we haven't said in a long time.
But he won. He's the one who sold it.
That's true.
He sold it.
You're right. You're right.
He's smart.
The Derek Carr collection didn't work.
The Derek Carr collection did not work. But his Mike Trout collection, smartest guy in the room.
Yeah, that was smart. Derek Carr, not so much.
Derek Carr, not so much. But he probably had a lot less invested in Derek Carr.
Most definitely. Well, I would be, if and when that day comes where we do see that Ohtani Bowman, I don't even know if it would go for auction. I think it would just be a private sale. It's just too big. Feels just unfathomable, that card.
10 million, not out of the question.
I don't think
20 million, possibility.
That'd be nuts.
I just don't know.
I really don't. I actually don't know. And you know what? I want to know if you guys are watching this, let us know in the comments. If that card were to hit the market, what does the Ohtani first Bowman Superfractor go for? I really don't know. I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Comment below. And if you're watching us on Mojobreak Media, make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hey, we have a new podcast on Fanatics called Collect Originals. Doug and I were on it on Friday. It's live every single Friday at noon Pacific time. You can catch a new episode this Friday. We're basically running down the hottest topics in the hobby, plus viral videos, crazy moments, fun stuff throughout sports that we watch the videos and talk about it and react to it and get your live reactions. Plus, we're doing some giveaways on there as well. So make sure to join us there, subscribe to our podcast, all that good stuff. And go to Mojobreak.com. Yeah, it's fun. Dan, you'll be on the new one.
I'll be on the new one.
You'll be on the next one. And we're excited to have you on it because it was a lot of fun. It went really well, and we're excited about it.
I'm looking forward to it.
It'll be fun. Join us then. And of course, join us every week for the hype. Wax and Morning Tracks, our baseball card podcast. And more news coming soon regarding Fanatics Fest, the National. Because if you're listening to this, we are just about to enter July. It's show season. West Coast Card Show.
There's a lot going on.
We got a lot of shows. If there's a big show, we're there. That's what's exciting. Mojobreak is there. It doesn't matter. We got shows going on both coasts, and we're going to be at both.
We're going to be at both.
It's going to be fun.
I'm exhausted.
It'll be exhausting, but it'll be fun. So we'll see you guys there. We'll have more news about it. Maybe some special guests talking about it as well. For Dan, I'm Cody. We'll see you guys next time here on The Hype.
Later.